are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Report. And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Report. I am your host, Brian Barnaby. And let's just say the boys are back in town.
She got away. Know what I say? She can't joke. She don't know what to do.
She's gotta go. Bye. I know that you love this flow. We just chillin', we just villains. We just chillin', we some villains.
I love it up. Get the ammo and I stick it up. I grab shots on the top of shots. I bust the clip and I let it dip. I make it poop, make it explode. Touch your toes, hit your nose. Can you touch your toes?
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Report. I am your host, Brian Barnaby, and we got Tony.
Yo.
What's going on, bro?
Not much, man. Living life, as I say nowadays.
You know what's odd? I feel today different than I have the whole baseball season. I have no idea why either.
Couldn't think of one thing.
No. And our super producer, Maine Magic Mike.
Hello, world. How's everybody doing out there?
And I'd also like to give a special shout out to Soundview Media. And for those watching us on Optimum and Frontier, for more information, please do check the bio for those listings. And of course, we are going to start in the world of the National Basketball Association.
The Bulls LeBron James at the buzzer.
AJ Tanucci.
AJ, what's going on, man?
Of course, he's referring to Matt Gabriel's mother, who's always the first viewer in on our shows. Typically, great fan, but I guess today AJ kind of beat her to the punch.
It's surprising though, right, boys? I don't think we've ever had AJ in the show that quick.
I don't think so, dude.
No, and I have to say it was quite the treat having him in studio last week.
Oh my gosh! If you missed it, what a source of wisdom in sports.
Look at it.
And I think, easy. Of course, his sports knowledge, but the work that he did with you fellas at the driving range, I think that had the most value.
Unparalleled. Really back here.
No, I can't wait.
And I need a golf lesson.
I need more tips.
I missed it, honestly. I know he could help me out.
Oh, AJ, dude, he will turn you to a pro.
Yeah.
He's coming back for the tourney, but I'll teach you everything I know that he taught me, Barnes.
Okay.
You were just, oh my God, AJ. You're so dumb.
You gotta screen those comments before you put them on, dude.
He's just so dumb.
Oh no.
Well, I honestly, AJ, I might fly you out myself just for a one-on-one instruction because I'm trying to get, a couple under par by the end of the golf season. And I know that if you're working your magic with these guys, that you could really help me out. So just keep that in mind.
Well, you got to be, open to taking the lesson.
And you have to be,
it's not just the teacher, it's the players. Mike and I are world-class athletes here,
That's what I was going to add, too.
Come on, dude.
Right. So I'm saying you guys, struggling on the border with athleticism. You got me. No, I'm just kidding. Obviously, Mike especially.
Thank you.
Both of you guys.
Tony, too. Tony's a rugby NCAA champ or something.
I'm the only one who still plays sports, actually, competitively.
So. You don't. You're not playing right now.
So we're in the off season.
Yeah, and I do have to say, I have made my return to LA Fitness on the basketball court. Hard to get on a game.
Crowded.
Stanford LA Fitness. I mean, there's 30 deep in there. So
do you go with a squad, or is it just you trying to get in?
No. It's just me trying to get in quick. And like yesterday, I'm there for an hour. I'm just shooting on the side and don't even get in and just go to the sauna. I mean, it was good workout, dribbling back and forth wherever the ball is and shooting. But it's just like I'm trying to get some run.
I know. We got to find a court.
Yeah,
we do.
So if we could get a little better organization, that would be great.
Yeah.
But enough about my basketball career. We will talk about the pros here. Suns 118, Bucks 105, and the Suns take a 1-0 lead in these NBA Finals. And I mean, how could you not start with star of the show and really
star of the
MVP
season
of the season? Really should be Chris Paul. 32 points, 9 assists, playing in his first career NBA Finals, and then joining him in their first 2 career NBA Finals.
Yeah.
DeAndre Ayton, 22 and 19. Devin Booker, 27 and 6. They controlled the game the entire way, leading from midway through the first quarter for the rest of the game. And I thought this was an impressive win, given that when we talked about this yesterday, we thought, Giannis
out.
Play. He plays 35 minutes and is productive, given his injury, especially 20 points, 17 boards. Yeah. Middleton even had 29, but just wasn't enough. What did you see here, Mike?
I just think we see a better team all around, right? Top to bottom, maybe. Booker, and I knew Booker was this good, but I didn't know what we'd see from Ayton this playoff series, I should say, the whole playoffs. But he's clearly rounded out, and Chris Paul is probably a main source of that, getting him right and playing with all those bigs that he's played. He said, probably you could be 10 times better than all of them combined.
Yeah.
If you just listen and play the right way right now and develop and do the things you're good at right now, we'll put you in the position to be good at, get your rebounds, play defense, run the floor hard. And he's doing that. He doesn't have to be a Joel Embiid out there yet, but I'm sure he will develop to be one.
And I have to say, this team in this situation with Paul really elevating them from a non-playoff team to a championship team, I don't know if I can make a comparison. I don't know if we've really seen something like that.
The only thing I could think of is the greatest show on turf and Kurt Warner and that team. It's different sport, but that's the only thing I could think of off the top of my head where it's like 1 year they were the worst, one of the worst. They were the worst, but the Suns were one of the worst. And then the next year they're in the finals and probably going to win.
Yeah. And it's just because usually, you'd look at it on paper, you'd say, okay, well, individually, Ayton's really good. Booker's really good. Paul
Bridges,
has come back, and Bridges is a solid player, but you would say still, I wouldn't expect them to win a title, and here they are with a 1-0 lead in the NBA Finals.
I know, but we do have to take into account all the injuries that have happened this season.
Right.
We say it all the time. Would a healthy Lakers team be not in the Western Conference Finals at least?
Yeah,
healthy LeBron, rested well, everything went right. 80, everything went right. You don't think they'd be in the finals? I don't know. I think they would be.
Yeah, no, that's true. The only thing, though, I would say to that is, we did see the Suns be the most consistent team in the league all season. But obviously, the Lakers had injuries, so I guess that plays into it as well. So, I do think, though, you look at this, and the thing that stands out to me, how about the Suns on 26 attempts, only miss 1 free throw and shoot 96.2%, while the Bucks shoot 56% on.
And I think, and dude, this is the NBA Finals.
Right.
It's just like the Super Bowl. What do you need? You need, I don't know why I keep referring to football though, by the way.
Right.
But you need to have all 3 assets win. Your special teams, your defense, and your offense.
Right.
And that's like your free throw game. That's your defensive rotations being crisp. And that's your offensive production on the other end, and not being a little scaredy cat out there.
Yeah.
Especially at the free throw line.
We see it all the time. Not even so much that free throws necessarily win games, but missing your free throws will lose you the game.
Yes, exactly.
Right. And it's like with Giannis, I forgot. I know there was a few players who, I don't know if it was Rick Barry was one of them, but should he go to the?
It was Rick Barry. I just think no. He just has to keep working on it, dude. He still can't shoot a jump shot. He can't. Have you ever seen Giannis come down the floor like Booker and pull up mid-range or 3?
All-Star game?
No. He winds up.
Right.
It's like 1 step, 2 step, lock, boom, 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 boom.
How about the crowd counting while he's taking his free throws?
They took it from Atlanta. Might as well.
Hilarious.
So, and I look at this 2 ways because, you look at Shaq. That's what it almost reminds me of. His hands are too big. It's just not comfortable.
Shaq was lazy.
But then I look at Yao Ming. And how was he able to do it, but Giannis can't?
Because people, it's a whole thing, dude. It's like
you think it's him not practicing his free throws?
No, I just think he needs to have more practice.
But also, is it mental toughness?
That it could be that too. It could be in his head too. He's draining them.
It doesn't seem like he's in his head though. With the crowd,
Well, duh. He's not going to show it. He's not going to be like.
Well, no, not like that obvious, but I'm just saying, him on the court, he doesn't seem like it's bothering him, or that he's nervous at the free throw line.
I mean, he's making him in the practices. He's missing
Is
him
he
in
making
the
them in
games.
the practices?
Can you see him?
How do you know he's making them in the practices?
See the
Are you
videos.
there?
Go to the videos.
Yeah, I'll go. You go to the videos.
Go to the videos.
That being said, though, I mean,
What do you see going forward, Barnes?
I see though hope for this Bucks team. Honestly,
I don't.
Just because we didn't expect him to play maybe half the series at the most, or possibly the whole thing. I mean, he's in game 1. He plays 35 minutes. He's fine. I know they didn't win, but it is a tough spot on the road. And then you do get a shot tomorrow. I mean, I wouldn't completely just put them, down the river just yet.
I'm not, but I don't know. I just think it's the Suns' year. I think it's Chris Paul's time. Finally, he did it right, and he got screwed in 2010. And I think it's just coming back for him in the end. Counted out. Not only he was counted out after the Clippers too. They thought he was the problem in LA. Remember?
Right.
That's why they shipped him. And then in Houston, they shipped him again because it was him, but it was Harden. And then he goes to OKC, and then they're the 5th seed. And now he's here, and he's with the Suns. And granted, like we said, all the barring injuries, who knows what happened, but you got to take advantage of it, like you said, with the Bucks, all Eastern Conference playoffs. I just think maybe the Suns team is destined. Kobe, Booker.
So you're saying it's destiny?
I mean, Tony believes in destiny.
Tony,
destiny.
do you believe in destiny?
Of course.
Then yeah, I say that.
I guess it's just 2 parts to this for me. The first one is I think we've watched this season all year, and we've said we know this, we know that. Well, we don't know this, and we don't know that. So that kind of just plays into this. Like,
Yeah,
you see,
like
game
injury.
1, it's over.
Right.
Like it reminds me of when, what was it? I think Paul Pierce, when he was back on ESPN, I think the Celtics had beaten the Heat in like game 1 or something. And they were up 2-0, or it was game 2, actually. And they said, series over. They lost 4 in a row, lost the series, We know it all.
Suns in 4.
And I mean, Tolino, I just.
Guy says so.
I'm
Guy says so.
sorry, but I just don't see that happening.
The guy did say so.
I mean, I think at the
He did say it.
very least, the Bucks are gonna get 1 game.
Yeah, I think so.
And I'm expecting that game, or at least one of those games, to be on Thursday, 9:00 ABC, game 2. And
Can I just say-
I think they're gonna respond.
Was Rick Carlosimo or the
PJ
Carlosimo was doing the first
Radio?
game? Was it radio or TV?
No.
Who was
it's
TV?
Mark Jackson, Van Gundy, and Mike Breen.
Okay, yeah, that's not bad.
But
But I just didn't. I don't. Why didn't they give what's his name, Marv Albert, 1 game?
was it the scandal? Is that why? If that didn't happen, would
What scandal?
way back? Why he got fired from the Knicks? You really didn't hear anything about this?
Huh.
I mean, you have to look it up, but just to sum it up, supposedly he bit somebody. So I can't believe you never heard
Marv
of this?
Albert bit
Yes.
someone?
You really never heard of this?
Mike Tyson?
We were just watching that video too.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson biting
Yeah.
Evander.
But yeah, no,
Albert bites
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
I don't know how that happens, but hey, I mean that's
You know how you bite someone?
yeah,
Oh, I see.
1997.
accused of sexually assaulting a 42-year-old woman
Yeah.
named Vanessa Perhark in 97. Perhark accused Albert of throwing her onto a bed, biting her, then forcing her to perform oral sex after a February 12, 97 argument in the Pentagon City hotel room. Oh.
And then so he loses his job with NBC, loses it with the Knicks, but
That's how you do it, dude.
he ends up getting a job with the Yes Network for the Nets for a little bit, and then this TNT gig he's had for a while. So I mean, he has rebounded, but I
Wow, that was kind of swept under the rug, though. For the-
I feel like maybe we just brought it up and now he's gonna get canceled.
well, he's already canceled because he's done.
he retired.
No, it doesn't matter. You're still gonna cancel it, dude. You're still gonna
Just still try to cancel. Yeah, he's
He's gonna play
canceled.
any footage of him announcing
Yeah.
a game.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
Jesus.
that is interesting. But honestly, before we kind of switch gears here, not really have anything to do with the game itself. What are your thoughts on the broadcast team? I mean, do you like those 3 guys?
I mean, who else do you want?
No, I was just curious. I mean, if I'm thinking about them individually, okay, I
Yeah.
think Breen's a legend.
Breen. Bang. Yes.
The only thing is,
Bang.
it's tough.
Bang.
It's
Like
tough to be on the other side when he's announcing because it just I feel like it's the same thing. Like the other team makes a 3, bang, crowd goes nuts, timeout, and just over and over, it kind of wears on you a little bit.
The bang.
Yeah, pretty much. It just when it's on the other. I mean, no, you see that. I mean, obviously, you're always on the right side of it, watching the Knicks games, but just on the national broadcast. I don't know.
Okay.
I just think it's
kind of tight.
I don't know if it's too much. You know what I mean? Like
maybe you're saying save the bangs for more bangable moments,
right? Like he's doing it like first quarter, like the game's 2 minutes in. Like I understand, like Curry at the buzzer.
Yeah,
right.
Of course,
bang.
But overall, I mean, I do think solid announcer. Mark Jackson, I think is good.
I like his. Oh, mama, there goes that man.
man down. But that being said, we've been talking about it since the show started. I mean, we want to see him back
as a
on
coach
the sidelines.
Mm-hmm. He needs a job.
Yeah. And then Van Gundy, he needs a job because, first of all, I mean, his brother is the absolute worst with this, but still, to an extent, I mean, he's just always complaining.
Oh, I know.
It's just like, all right. You know what I mean? Like, can we enjoy anything? Or is this all torture for you, Jeff? I mean, I know you respect him just for the work, he's done as the New York Knicks coach. Any thoughts on the broadcast team, Tony?
I mean, I enjoy it. They keep it pretty lively, and they're certainly entertaining. I mean, I definitely, full disclosure, I didn't watch the game last night. I was
but
too busy wasting 2.5 hours of my life, but that's for another show.
Right.
But no, I do enjoy their commentary. Like I said, I think that they're very lively. They keep me interested. And during those big moments, like if for whatever reason I'm not looking at the TV, like they catch my attention.
Yeah.
They catch my attention. They keep my attention.
And I know where you're going to go with this, but I'm going to ask you the question anyway. For sports broadcasting, is there a particular broadcasting team that you think is far and away, any sport, the best?
Dude. Honestly, who I love is John McEnroe with tennis.
Really?
I think he's freaking hilarious.
Now, is he paired up with Fowler?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, my God, dude. He is phenomenal. He's so funny. You can tell, he doesn't take the job too seriously, which is good. He keeps it loose and fun, and he's a great time. And I also, to boot, I enjoy watching tennis. So,
anything come to mind for you, Mike?
It's a tough question. There's Doc Emmerich, Sam Rosen with the Rangers too. I mean, there's just so many good commentators out there. Definitely not Michael Kay.
Yeah, not him. Geez, man. I don't know. I really don't. No. I got to think about that.
So,
Tony Romo,
honestly,
love Tony Romo.
For me, it's just one guy individually. Whoever they pair with him, works out.
Mm-hmm.
And I already mentioned it a while ago, but Kenny Singleton,
mm-hmm.
Yes Network. I mean, just a true legend. Announces the game the right way.
Kenny Singleton.
I think they should get Mad Dog in there way more often.
Has he actually done play-by-play?
I don't think that. Not recently. If he has,
I think they just think like
he'll just start.
I
feel like he'll just start ripping on everyone.
Oh man! But what do you think, Bob Costas and him play-by-play for a team for a baseball game?
Oh my God, I would love that. Honestly, I'm a little sour with Bob Costas.
Really?
I just think he's too
dry.
Not even just necessarily dry. I mean, he obviously knows his stuff. I do love his little tidbits of information. The dryness doesn't bother me. He just seems like a little arrogant, dude.
Yeah, no, me and Matt in college all the time used to just watch certain videos of him like on old NBA calls and just when he's talking about how baseball is his favorite sport and he hates the NFL and that's why NBC pulled him from the coverage.
Right.
All
right.
I think that honestly, it almost reminded me of the Kyrie Irving of broadcasting. Like he doesn't appreciate the moment that he's in.
No.
And I think that's why he only works for MLB Network and he doesn't have a gig at NBC anymore.
I forget what team it was, but he threw a first pitch out. It might have been a Yankee game 2 years ago. Totally botches the first pitch and insists on getting a second chance.
Oh my God.
So he threw out the first and second pitch. But
that's disgusting.
Dude, Bob.
And one other note before we completely, go way out of what we were talking about here. I know we mentioned this before, but with 30 for 30s, you guys still haven't seen the one. It's June 6, 1994.
About the day in sports?
That day. Have you guys seen that?
The NBA Finals, OJ, the Stanley Cup parade.
I don't think you could have a better documentary. And I just thought of it because Costas is in there a lot, and he has some clips. Like we should almost edit and pull them. Hilarious.
Yeah.
Like just how much he's cheap.
I forgot.
Like, I already set up Bob Costas, and like, is my mic on?
Yeah. That's funny.
Oh, man.
We will.
But yeah, no. Honestly, I think for that, I know you've already seen it, but I think we need to do a screen time review for that episode.
I'm down.
Honestly.
We can do a 30 for 30 episode.
Yeah.
Dude. I haven't seen many. I've only seen 2.
Yeah, because that is,
Of course, Barnes will come on for that episode.
Oh yeah, sure, dude.
No, we can still talk about Tanaka.
No,
He's pitching well in
No, we should take a couple days and just rip through a bunch of them and then have an episode.
Yeah.
And Chuck and Tito, I don't think.
Oh, I want to see that one so bad.
No, that's a good one to do for sure. So we'll definitely have to dive into that.
Yeah,
for sure. And to me and Tony's happiness here, we are going to switch gears to the world of Major League Baseball.
Giving chases Judge, and he dives into the stand.
DeGrom begins the season with an overpowering strikeout of Ronald Acuna.
The wall is gone! 3-run home run! What's going on here? I love it. He drives one to the moon. High, deep, and very gone.
I don't think there's any other way to say it other than I've been waiting for a day after a ball game since opening day to have this feeling, because this feeling has not existed all year. The Yankees blow out the Mariners in Seattle 12-1. And on top of it, a guy that I've ripped after being a big advocate for bringing him to the Bronx, Jameson Taillon, finally steps up. 7 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, 9 Ks. Gets the W. I mean, talk about impressive. I know he had a good start against the Royals a couple weeks ago, but this was clearly his best of the season. I mean, I get it. The Mariners, I think, are last in the majors in batting average, but pretty impressive on the road to have a start like this.
Oh, absolutely. I think, I think Barnes has been given Taillon a little bit of a hard time this season. I mean, yeah, he hasn't performed well, but I think people forget that, he didn't really pitch a lot, in the last couple seasons, and he is coming back from Tommy John, right? So, at this point, yes, it's great to see him have a good outing, but I'm just happy that he is healthy. Because obviously, the Yankees took a gamble on him and Kluber, and obviously Kluber was a little bit of a dud with his injury, and Taillon's still out there. Like he's getting a good outing now. 7 innings, dude. That's the length you want.
Yeah,
7 innings, dude. 9 strikeouts. Like, let's go.
Oh yeah. We've been waiting for this. He is 29 years old, like you said. He missed the 2 years. So is it a case where right now his ERA sits a little above 5? Is it that maybe at the end of this season, the numbers won't be great, but it could be possibly something to build off and to propel him into the future to be serviceable and be a 2 or a 3 starter, moving forward, and maybe not what we expected him to be, but yet solid.
No, yeah, I absolutely think so. Yes, you would have liked to see him turn around earlier, but we're at close to halfway through the season now, and I really do think this is a sign of what he's going to be pitching to come. I think, like I said, he hasn't pitched a lot in the past couple of seasons, and I think it just kind of took him a little bit more time to kind of get back on the ball, get his location in, get comfortable on the mound, and this I think this is going to be the pitcher we see moving forward.
And then another, pitcher that has struggled, especially recently, Aroldis Chapman, gets in the ball game to close it out in the 9th with a 12-1 lead.
Yes.
He loads the bases, but he does strike out 3, with 2 walks, a hit. First scoreless appearance since June 20th, and his ERA since then has more than doubled. So obviously he's been struggling. Good confidence-wise to get out of there without allowing any runs.
12-1.
Do you think this does anything? Being that, low leverage, he still walked 2 guys. He strikes out 3. Any takeaway from this?
Yeah, absolutely. We actually talked about this exact scenario yesterday.
Right.
And you asked me what I would do, and I said throw him in there. He is your closer. You've seen what he could do. He is a good pitcher. And that's exactly what Boone did. He threw him in there, saw what he would be throwing, how his head would be, and yes, like you said, he walked 2, he gave him a hit to load the bases, but then he buckled down and he got gritty and he got 3 strikeouts, dude.
Yeah.
That's exactly what you want. I would imagine that's a huge confidence boost for him. He's going to be a little more comfortable the next time he does come up into a save situation, to a tight game. And I think he's going to be getting back on his grind here.
And it was interesting to hear, an outside perspective, because me and you have been speculating for a while, well, really when it comes down to the root of it, what's the problem? John Smoltz was actually on The Fan today.
Love John Smoltz.
And
great golfer.
He said he believes that it's definitely a finger issue, the fingernail, because he said he notices with 2 strikes, he always throws off speed, and he can't locate his fastball. And that must mean that it's a fingernail. And I know we mentioned that he said he was struggling with it a while ago, but it's like, geez,
what could it be?
Break the whole nail off? Like, I don't know. I mean, would you buy into that?
I would buy into that. I mean, I would have to take John Smoltz's word for it. I mean, the guy who definitely knows more than 3 of us about this. And if that is the case, that's great. Maybe it's just coincidental that the whole spider attack thing was during the same time of his fingernail incident. But I mean, obviously something is wrong with Chapman, the way he's been throwing. Like you mentioned, he can't locate his fastball and even his breaking ball too. And you would hope that it is something like a fingernail that's easily adjustable or repairable, I should say. And it's not him, having an issue with using illegal substances.
Right. Right. So
adjustable, repairable. So we can adjust to the situation, Michael.
This, can propel them forward. And they did get, before we get to the offense here, they did before the game put Darren O'Day on the IL. So that's another guy in the bullpen. With Britton being back on the IL as well. So they are a little short there. So maybe a guy like Michael King, could possibly help them out there.
What was that? No. Could you say what you just said one more time?
Wow. Michael King in the bullpen. I've been saying that all season.
No,
you haven't.
You said get him out of here.
Get him out of here.
Yes. So all my fans out there,
there's none of them.
Please comment.
I got him with that one.
In the comment section about how many times I've said he can help us out in the bullpen. He's not a starter. Said it a million times. I can't even believe Tony's even entertaining.
Toledo, help me out here.
Toledo, please. Please,
Toledo.
But honestly, I'm almost glad about O'Day. I don't know. He was on the Mets last year, was it?
Yeah.
I know his numbers play, but I just feel like I don't want a guy who's coming in high leverage situations throwing 86.
Yeah, definitely not. I mean, absolutely not. I totally agree with you.
There's no margin for error. You have to hit all of your spots, and I just feel like in this day and age that doesn't work. So it'll be interesting to see. I mean, they did bring up Nick Nelson in a corresponding move. Earlier this week, we saw Clint Frazier go to the IL with some vertigo. So they do have, like we said, Tim LeCastro, who did play yesterday.
Come on. I like Tim
They're
LeCastro.
talking about his speed,
his defense.
Enough. But that's for another day.
It's not his fault that he's playing to his strengths. It's the Yankees' fault for picking him up, dude. Come on. Like, the guy's just playing his game out there. He's doing a good job.
So we'll see how long he stays around.
Accountability.
So on the offensive side, I mean, it's 18 hits, it's 12 runs, both the season high. Stanton set the tone early with a moonshot, 115 miles an hour off the bat.
Oh, you hear this,
3-run home
Tony?
run in the first.
I hate when Stanton runs.
DJ LeMahieu, 3 for 6 with an RBI, 3 hits in his first 3 innings. He's been on fire the last month. How about Luke Voit, 5 for 6? First 5-hit career game of his career. I think he's only the 4th or 5th Yankee first baseman ever to accomplish that. Judge, 2 for 6 with an RBI. Narrowly missed a home run in the first inning. What up, Matt? And can you please tell them that I've been dying for King to be in the bullpen?
He's going to be in the rotation. Don't worry about it.
Please just clear this up for us, Matt. And so overall, I mean, and then on top of all that, 7 of 15 with runners in scoring position. I mean, this was the type of effort we've been waiting for all season. And I mean, I get it. Justice Sheffield struggling all season. And I almost think in a way this justifies why they got rid of him in the first place.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we talked about it yesterday. I mean, we both said that with Sheffield on the mound. I mean, they should be putting on a clinic against him. And they did. They did exactly that. So I'm really not surprised by this blowout. And it's obviously a good sign from the Yankees, but I mean, I don't think it means that much, dude. I really don't.
Yeah,
I'm sorry to say that.
I think
it's still going to be the same season.
Other times this year, it's just about confidence. It's not about proving anything. So you're not proving that you're going to do this next year against the Astros. Richie, how are ya? But Richie, can you tell Tony, give him a lesson here, that this win does not mean nothing, as he says, as he's in dismay over another Met rainout.
I didn't say much. I didn't say nothing. I said it didn't mean much. Okay.
But no, I do think it's good, and I do like what I've seen out of LeMahieu. I mean, I don't know the specific numbers. I mean, he's probably hitting around 300 the last month. So at the end of the year, his numbers, I think power-wise might be a little down, but I think average, I think he's going to be hovering around 300. I mean, and now, what is he, mid-270s?
Last 30 games, he's batting 297.
In 357 OPP, and especially the
430
last
slugging
15
too,
games,
339, dude.
So, I mean, a lot to like there. So, that being said, we hope this is a start of that stretch where I said, at the very minimum, you got to go 4-2. So,
right.
1-0 right now. It continues tonight, 10-10 on Yes. Domingo Herman versus KIKUCHI, the third-year pro out of Japan, a guy who has struggled his first 2 years in the league with ERAs over 5. This year, he's low 3s. What do you see in this matchup, Tony?
What do you see, Tony?
I think it's going to be a bigger challenge than last night for sure for the Yankees. I think with KIKUCHI on the mound, I mean, his ERA is like 3.18. I think he's 6-3 on the season with 93 strikeouts. He throws good stuff. He's got a pretty good arsenal of pitches to pick from.
Which ones?
Yeah. He throws a slider, a fastball. I believe he has a 4-seam fastball as well as a 2-seam and a cutter.
I saw that on Fangraphs.
Photographs?
Photographs.
Are you a big Fangraphs guy?
No.
But you never want to see what someone's average velocity is for their pitches. Look that up.
I mean, sometimes, but
Barnes does it
baseball savant, dude. Like baseball
cover me on
references.
this. Tell me that this guy does not look up DeGrom's average pitch speeds.
Oh, definitely.
Well, I just know it. It's 100. That's just what it is, dude. Everyone knows it.
It is.
I actually look at every one of his pitches on tape. I take the averages, add them up, and divide by the total.
But like you said, I mean, KIKUCHI has had a great season.
What's wrong with KIKUCHI, dude?
Started out great, but has struggled.
He has struggled, dude,
but
so
I just think it's once again a lefty against a heavy right-handed lineup. I mean, that should put you in a good position. No,
yes. I'm trying to gather my thoughts here with what Barnes is throwing at me. No, I think so. Obviously, a lefty against a right-heavy lineup is good, but I mean, with the way the Yankees offense has been, I would be surprised if they don't hit well against it, honestly. But I do expect them to come with a dub. As I say a lot, actually, I believe that a lot of the game is going to fall on Herman's shoulders and how he's going to pitch.
Yeah, and I think, and I hate to go there again, but law of averages, I mean, how could he have another clunker, especially against a team that is last in batting average? And I just think, too, like with Tyone, a guy who's had a lot of struggles this year, but look,
he's done well.
He's great starts. Kansas City, Seattle. So I think it lines up for Herman. Quality start. Call it 6 innings, 2 earns, 7 Ks, 2 walks.
Listen, man, it definitely lines up, but I will believe it when I see it.
And I want to say not 12 tonight. 12, that's a little bit
8
of a stretch.
maybe?
I'll give it 8. I will give it 8, and I'll give it
Stanton
12
again, you think?
Stanton again. And I think possibly Judge joins him as well. He's due for another dinger.
Maybe he's off tonight. You never know,
so
dude.
I think going forward, I mean, you get a game because the Red Sox lost last night. So I think going into this All-Star break should be to make up an additional 2 or 3 games, get within, 7 games, maybe 6 in the loss column of the division. Right now, I think they're 4.5 out of the second wild card. So, I mean, you could be a couple games out of that. Really, I mean, I know I was waving the white flag yesterday. It's just
literally,
it's over if they continue playing like that. That's
right.
the point I'm trying to make. Obviously, I mean, you play 700 baseball in the second half of the season, you're going to find yourself in the playoffs. Will they? That's the biggest question. But I do think tonight, get the job done.
Yeah,
once again. And they were talking about this on the radio. Coming up next series, I don't know which game it is. It might be the opening game of the series. Cole back in Houston.
Whoa.
That is going to be much watch TV for sure.
For sure.
So it will be fun, but we start with tonight. Let's get the job done once again.
No excuses.
Let's build off of what we did last night. And I do have to say, I did see it from a tour across the field at CenturyLink. I would love to watch a game one day at the name is escaping me. T-Mobile Park.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it seems like a really, really cool park, especially because 20 years old now, but it still seems like great shape, and it seems like it's just easy to get a good seat. It seems like.
Yeah, no, actually, Jane Harrison went to a Mariners game out there. Harrison has a cousin who lives out there, so they took a trip, and they had a great time.
Okay.
They loved it.
So
highly rated.
We'll have to add that to the list.
Yes.
So let's keep the good times rolling for a little more here. And we switch gears across town to the Mets, who rained out again. I don't have the numbers in front of me.
9th rain out.
Is it actually 9th?
9th.
Is that a record first half?
Oh, I don't know if it's a record.
Has to be.
Must be, right?
How could it not? I mean, what are you going to have, 15 before the break? So they, I guess, got underway about 15 minutes ago.
2:10? Oh, shit. Yeah, dude.
Date on the horizon, Tony.
Let's go. I can get your score.
Corbin Burns versus Jacob DeGrom. Game is airing on SNY.
Oh, shit. It's tied 1-1 right now.
1-1. Second inning?
Bottom first.
Bottom first.
As of 3 minutes ago.
And Uncle Richie says you're going to be in Boston in September. What's
September 25th, baby. He is going to Boston for, I don't even know why, but he called me. He's like, yo, going to a Red Sox Yankees game. You want to come? I was like, yes.
Wow.
So I'm pumped for that. It's going to be a good time.
Thanks for the tickets, Uncle Richie.
Yeah.
No.
I'm just teasing.
So I mean, you got Burns, you got DeGrom. A little surprised DeGrom
went up a run already. Yeah, I'm trying to look into it right now, dude.
Trying to look into it too. No, maybe his velocity's lower.
Is it
Lindor throwing error? No,
Lindor
Urias homers, dude.
Single on a fly ball to the left, so it seems like it was a homer from Urias.
Yeah.
I mean, what's up with that?
Who the hell is that guy?
Honestly, is his ERA over 1 now?
It has to be now. Yeah,
pretty pathetic.
It's tough, dude.
He could still right the ship before, but
looks like he's slipping though.
First guy, 10 starts, ERA under 1.
Mm-hmm. So, but yeah,
looks like he's slipping though.
It's all right, dude. Because dude, we're playing a little small ball. Lindor had a RBI single, and Nimmo scored, dude. Come on, we'll have to see that. 2 men on, 1 out right now.
I mean, but what's your feel? I mean, obviously a different strategy with these 7-inning doubleheaders. Obviously, DeGrom on the mound. Mets have had success in doubleheaders, 11-6 this season. We do get a nightcap of Anderson versus, it looks like an
TBD,
opener.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just overall, I mean, what are your expectations for this doubleheader? And do you feel like there's a good chance that they can take both of these games?
Absolutely. I mean, we talked a little bit about the Brewers yesterday. I mean, they've had a struggling offense, and the Mets have kind of had an up and coming offense. They've been kind of getting more of a feel on at the plate. And of course, I mean, with DeGrom pitching, I was trying to look up the stats because they always talk about his stats during day games. The only thing I could see is that let me move my phone here. Since 2014, he has a 1.84 ERA during day games, which is crazy.
Yeah.
But obviously he gave up 1 run already, so it's whatever. But no, I would expect DeGrom to still go the length. I mean, dude, 1 run from DeGrom, I think he's going to lock it down and not give up any more for the rest of the game. And then to boot, I think we're going to win the first game, maybe 5-1.
Okay.
I could see him going all 7 innings, honestly.
Depending on pitch count.
Pitch count, yeah. But yeah. And then as for tonight's game, rather, in terms of an opener, maybe it's Reed Foley, I guess. We still have him up.
Castro, is he pitched?
He pitched yesterday, or 2 days ago, rather.
Oh,
and he's struggled recently with location, dude. He's given up a lot of runs, a lot of home runs specifically, not even just hits. So I wouldn't expect them to open up with him. But yeah, you never know. I mean, I think there's a very high chance we're taking 2 games today.
All right,
very high.
I mean, we'll see. I mean, I think the first game, I mean, really no excuses. I know Burns, I guess, has been pretty solid this season.
2.41 ERA.
But I mean, it's just DeGrom.
120 strikeouts.
It's amazing that with his numbers, they've managed to lose 2 of his starts.
I know, dude. But
yeah,
it's all right.
So I am gonna say though, bullpen game always puts you in a tough spot. Granted, 7 innings makes it a little different, but I'm gonna say take the first one, drop the second one. I mean, They have won, though. I mean, when you look at the numbers, roughly 2/3, of these doubleheader games, so they are good at it. I just don't like openers. I wish.
I know openers are always tough.
Abolish openers, and I know they can't. I like
Communist Barnes out here again, dude.
I like super
United
openers,
States of
though.
Barnes.
Like Chad Green in the past has been a great opener,
Right.
going 2. Nestor, we saw what he did. That's technically an opener,
Mhm.
but 1 inning, like I don't know.
I know.
Just not a fan of it.
Take it. I mean, it's your team. Do whatever you want.
So we'll see here. But I guess technically by default, because I think there's no way the Mets are dropping both. So I think by default, Yankees win, Mets win. Let's roll it back again.
Dude, 3 wins tomorrow. Dude, it's gonna be a record. 3 New York wins
That
tomorrow.
would be a record.
Let's
go.
Dude.
Let's see what happens. But we are going to switch gears here to the world of the PGA Tour. Now, we do have actually 2 tournaments to take a quick
John
look
Deere,
at
baby.
this week. We will start with the John Deere Classic.
Go
from
Illinois.
Silvis, Illinois, TPC Deere Run. So you don't have your full, onslaught of the top players in the game. Actually, 4 out of 5 are playing in the tournament we're going to take a look at next, the Scottish Open. So a little bit of a reduced field, especially at the top. We're talking PGA hierarchy. So guys to take a look at here, we got Sanjay Im, a 3rd year on tour, really a solid player, very consistent. Daniel Berger, who we've seen win a couple tournaments over the last few years. Past 2-time major champion Zach Johnson, a guy in his 40s, but is a solid player. Kind of reminds me of Tony out on the course, just solid, steady, in the conversation.
I appreciate that.
And
Love being in
then
the conversation.
Cam Davis, coming off of his first career win in the playoff last week. And then how about 54-year-old Steve Stricker, who plays more of his events on the senior tour, just won the Senior Players Championship at Bridgestone, where they used to have a lot of PGA events. He's actually the defending U.S. Senior Champion. That event is this week. He's skipping it because this course is known as one of the more gettable courses on tour.
Right.
And on top of all that, he's got to make some Ryder Cup picks. That's the international tournament they do in golf. So, what a better way to play with the guys, actually. We did see him make a run earlier this year at the Waste Management Open in Phoenix. So that being said, these are a couple of the guys.
Right.
There's other guys that might be in the conversation. I'm going to take him to win. I just
How old
think
is he?
He's 54.
54.
So 3 years older than Phil.
How old do you have to be on the senior tour?
How old do you have
50.
to be?
50.
Yeah. So, he does both. And I
You're
think
allowed to just do both?
Yeah, if you're a
Yeah.
If you
legend,
qualify
if
for
you're a
one,
legend, you could do it.
Right. But
Shut up, Mike.
he hasn't tried to play this year. He won 2 of the events last year. I don't know if there's like some unwritten thing, like they don't want Phil on that tour because
He would just wreak
it's not
havoc.
really fair, but at the same time, he played
That's
in an
ridiculous.
event
Let the man play.
last year. He didn't win. I don't know. But you know what it is? I think my whole thing is if you can compete on the PGA Tour, why are you going to play the senior tour? Why not just do that when you have no shot? For Phil, I'm saying it. I think it just makes sense.
Because it's probably more fun to go on the senior tour.
But I am going to go with Stricker for the John Deere. We'll give you a leaderboard update at some point tomorrow. And then on the other side of the pond, we do have a bonus preview here of the Scottish Open, a big European tour event in North Berwick, Scotland, the Renaissance Club. And this is a tournament, like I said, 4 of the top 5 players in the world are in this tournament. So we got Jon Rahm, Rory McIlroy, Justin Thomas, Colin Morikawa, and Xander Schauffele. So obviously that is some firepower at the top, not to mention some of the good European players in this tournament as well. But like I said, I just think there's no better warm-up for an Open Championship than playing a similar course in Scotland. So that's why these guys are there. And I'm going to say for the second time this season, we get a McIlroy win. And then you would think, he wins, gets him in nice position for the Open Championship. And I would say pump the brakes for a second. We've seen him come up short at these, major championships since his last major win about 5 or 6, maybe even 7 years ago at this point. And I think that the key thing of here is as to why he comes up short. I mean, the pressure I think gets to him.
Right.
They had it in Ireland. He's from Ireland,
Right.
hometown.
Mm-hmm.
He's the favorite.
Right.
He shoots an 80 in the first round, misses the cut. Shoots 65 the next day, but it's still not enough.
Right.
So I've seen him come short, but I think this week at the Scottish, he will be hoisting that trophy in hopes of going back-to-back next week at St. George's for the Open Championship. So a lot of golf to watch. And like I said, we got a major on the senior tour as well. So the Golf Channel should have some good overnights this week, I have to say.
What is the weather report for Scotland?
What is the weather
I'm dying
report?
to know, actually, because it's got to be raining,
The
right?
weather report is it's going to snow, and then an hour later it's going to be 80 and sunny. That's.
Are you shitting me?
No, I haven't double checked the weather, but I'm saying that's what we deal with in these Open Championships. I mean, you get 3 seasons in a day. I mean, it's that crazy. So it's something different. The one thing that's tough is, the time difference. These guys are teeing off at 4 o'clock in the morning. So like when they have it on TV, it's not live, or if they do have it on TV, like it's not on the main channel when it's live.
Right.
So that's the only thing, you get in a little bit of a tricky spot, because this day and age, nobody wants to wait to watch anything. How many times do you TiVo or whatever you want to call it, a game, DVR, and then not look up the score and then watch it?
Almost never.
Mike?
I didn't do it when it was a thing.
Yeah, so that's the only thing that puts it at a disadvantage. But
I just watch it live. I'll stay up.
That being said, I am looking forward to that next week, and I wish, though, we had a chance at another Tiger Major Championship. I haven't heard too much of an update on his status, but I'm hoping they will provide one of those sooner than later. And I am being told that Steve Stricker is pulling for him to be an assistant coach on the Ryder Cup team.
I am being told.
And that's going to be Whistling Straits, Wisconsin, after the season. So Ryder Cup's always fun. We get the fans
MSG,
back.
baby.
And speaking of MSG, I'd like to give a special shout out to New York sports media legend Bill Pito, who was in studio today, and you will see an episode of the Dream is Free podcast premiering this week. So a special thanks to Bill.
Yes.
And I would encourage everyone to give that a watch. Just gives some great insight.
Great guy.
Just a
Awesome
respected
guy.
guy in
Honestly.
the
Oh, my
industry
God.
and that's been in it for years and years. And he just, guys like him
Class
not grow
act.
on trees.
Yeah,
Honestly,
class act.
you don't get those type of people in media these days. It's just a
No.
completely different day. Not everybody can be like me, Mike, Tony. I mean, there's not a ton of us around. That's how it is. Matt. I mean, we just, there's just not a ton of us.
No.
So, that being said, any other, can we add anything to that, Tony?
Dude, you
did it.
did it, dude. That's it.
You did it.
There's nothing more anyone else in the world could say after
I
that.
think my
No.
voice is feeling a little hoarse.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
I'm getting a little sick.
Oh,
No,
no.
I'm just kidding. But as always, I'd like especially to thank those that tuned in on Optimum and Frontier. And of course, Soundview Media. We appreciate it. And we appreciate all of our fan support. Keep commenting, liking, subscribing. Enjoy your night. We'll see you tomorrow. Excited for some golf.
Deuces.
Peace.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.